Welcome back to Blerd Up, where we talk about all things movies, music, TV, and gaming with a blurred twist. We're your host. I'm Monique.
I'm Killer Cam.
And today we are going to be talking about and reviewing the new Project Power movie that just was released yesterday on Netflix, August 14th. Stars Jamie Foxx, Dominique Fishback, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Also directed by Henry Joost and Errol Schulman, who both did Catfish movie. And written by Mattson Tomlin, who wrote the new Batman movie that's coming out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So before we jump into talking about this movie and how we feel about this movie, we just want to give a quick spoiler warning. This will have a little bit of spoilers in it, so if you have not seen the movie and want to wait to see what it's all about, please click off this video, watch the movie, and then come back to this video. All right, so there was your warning. I'm gonna give you about 5 seconds here to to stop this video. After that, you have been warned. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you've been warned. All right. So to jump into the synopsis of this movie. So basically, we've got Dominique Fishback character. We meet her first. She's a dealer of this power drug that's being sold around in New Orleans. She is working with this cop, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character named Frank. He's actually purchasing the drug off of her and taking it so basically he can, I guess, fight other criminals who are using the drug, right. So as we go through the movie, Jamie Foxx finds out that Dominique Fishback's character, Robin, her name's Robin in the movie, is dealing the drug. He kidnaps her and eventually turns her around to being, working with her, trying to find out, this government agency that's selling this drug, because we find out that he's basically the source for the drug. And they have actually kidnapped his daughter, who has these powers without taking the drug, because I guess she was conceived while he was, under the influence of the drug. So his abilities, or his ability to have this power, passed down to her, and they've kidnapped her because they want to mass produce this drug, so they're experimenting on her and everything. So they basically all eventually meet up. Jamie Foxx's character, Dominique Fishback's character, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character meet up, go after this corporation, find Jamie Foxx's daughter, and we see some pretty incredible stuff. I think in like the last 30 minutes of this movie, of a lot of powers being shown in the last 30 minutes of this movie. But they eventually rescue the daughter and pretty much go on about their business after that. But basically, that's the synopsis of this movie. A lot of things that I liked about this movie, actually. A pro would be how they showed us, because some people, I don't know, some people that I've spoken to in the past, they have a hard time with believing that stuff like this happens in terms of governmental agencies, or just, anybody testing drugs or cures or anything on low rent income communities. We've seen it before with the Tuskegee experiment. So I'm glad they actually showed that in this movie, to say, hey, this stuff actually happens. I know it's kind of getting to like a conspiracy theory territory, but it happens. And I'm glad they showed it in this movie. What do you think?
I think that's definitely something that I found it to be a pro, because it's like you said, people don't necessarily believe that low-income communities are taken advantage of in that aspect. And again, maybe not so much these days, but I remember, like, just walking through history, back in the day, African-American communities were taking advantage of this. They were taking advantage to test vaccines and all types of other stuff. So the fact that they've incorporated it into this story, I think it speaks to not speaks to, but I guess it's just nice to see them reaching back and just showing that still a possibility.
Yeah.
It could still happen. The
Yeah,
coronavirus is coming out.
Yeah, we don't know. It still could be happening today. So
yeah. So
another thing I liked about this movie is the power drug that they were taking. Like, they didn't make it seem like, this is your, Marvel or DC comic kind of drug where you take it, you have powers for 5 minutes, and then you're fine after that. They were like, hey, there's serious consequences to taking this drug. Either, you get a power, or you blow up, or you get this power. I think we saw 2 powers in there where it was like thermoregulation. Yeah, where there's a guy on fire. When he turns into fire basically when he takes the drug, but when the drug wears off, he's got burns all over his body. I think there was another one where we saw a woman where she took the drug and she got kind of like Iceman like powers, but when she wasn't, when the heat wasn't on, basically she kind of froze to death. Another one where a guy just took the pill and just completely exploded. So I like how they showed that parallel. Like, there's just like any drug, there are consequences to taking this drug.
Yeah.
So what did they say in the movie? Results may vary.
Yeah.
So be careful when you're taking it because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I thought that was a really smart way to position this drug, again, with the consequences, but also just thinking about the drug as itself. It's a genetic modifier. It's picking up something within your genes and saying, okay, this is your power. This is what you're going to have. And this was everything from super speed. We saw camouflage. We saw bulletproof. We saw, of course, Human Torch-like, Killer Frost-type powers. We saw the guy with the spikes, the bone.
Yeah, it's called like Wolverine frog is what they said it was like.
Basically,
in the
this
movie.
frog breaks its bones and turns it into weapons.
That reminded me of like Spike in X-Men, except he went like it
was just like this drug is picking up stuff within your genes and saying, okay, this is your power. And then there were some instances where the drug was like, we're not compatible. Boom.
Yeah, boom.
Your body just completely rejected it. So I think that was really smart. I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in this type of story before.
Yeah. Usually when you see it kind of like superhero type movies, it's more like, oh my gosh, I have superpowers forever. It never really shows. I mean, we just recently got a superhero movie where it was like the reverse of Superman in Brightburn. Yeah, that was the first time that we'd really seen a story like that. So I think I love how they showed that, you can be a superhero, but only for 5 minutes, and be careful because you might explode when you take this pill.
Right. It's all great now if you take it once and you're like, oh, I got a cool power, you can just keep taking it. But
and I think that was partly why in the movie where Robin was like, because I think Jamie Foxx's character was like, what's your power? And she was like,
I ain't taking
that. I saw some girl take it and she just like exploded. She just died. So like, no.
But even with Jamie Foxx's like, spoiler, power, the pistol shrimp, which he spoke, which is like, I guess his favorite animal.
That was one of the most amazing scenes in the whole movie.
And y'all, I tried to look this up to understand it because I didn't quite understand what exactly it was. With him, it was like he vaporized everything around him, but then it also turned to fire and people melted. And I was like, okay, well, what the hell is this pistol shrimp? What does it do? I tried to look at it. From what I can see is this shrimp emits like
a heat
jet water that then heats up to like 8,000 degrees and
like
vaporizes
the surface of the sun, equal to the surface of the sun, and vaporizes everything around them. And
I couldn't understand it. I looked on YouTube. I was trying to learn. I was like, I'm a film major. I don't understand this science.
But the way they made it look actually in the movie was like I said, I felt like that was one of the best scenes in the movie because I was like, this is incredible. It looked so it was so beautiful to me. Yeah, but that was pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah. So definitely enjoyed that aspect. I was also a little bit impressed about some of the, I don't know if you want to call them cameos, or some of the actors that just found themselves in this movie, like Courtney B. Vance, of course. Machine Gun Kelly was in it, which actor, okay, that's a stretch. Rodrigo Santoro. There was another guy who was in like the John Wick movies. I don't remember his name though, but it was just interesting to see some familiar faces.
People pop up. Yeah. What was your favorite power scene in the whole movie?
Favorite power scene? Honestly, it probably was the Wolverine.
Really?
I don't know why. I just thought that was so cool.
I think that is kind of cool.
I thought that was really cool. That and the hyper flexibility.
Man, that hyperflexibility, like, I'm done with that. I can't even watch The Flash when Ragdoll is on there. I'd be like, no, I can't see this. It just freaks me out to see just people like, crack.
It was kind of awesome, you know. They're like rolling, they're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's got him in a rear naked choke and his arms twisted. I'm like, that would be very convenient. Like,
I couldn't.
That would be super convenient. What was yours?
I think mine was Jamie Foxx's the pistol shrimp one. I mean, you can only use it once though, so that's the only drawback to it. But the way I wish I could like pull out that power like every time and just be like, everybody get back, you know.
You don't need that. Like that's just Monique. She done had a bad day again.
Like, so people know they don't need to be messing with me. Don't mess with her.
Oh,
but I thought that was pretty cool. So, gone through the pros of this movie. What are some of the cons?
I don't have very many cons.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, look, we reviewed the trailer, reacted to the trailer. I know what kind of movie I'm getting. I know it. So I was able to fully step in, enjoy. I see where some people might not like, because I did feel like there were multiple storylines that were happening. Not multiple storylines, just multiple paths to the same story. And I can see why some people may not appreciate it. I liked it because it also allowed me to kind of get some insight into each of the characters, their motivations, and how they'll probably behave in the future of the story. So as far as any cons, I don't have any.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. Again, like you said, with this movie, I knew exactly what I was going into when I saw the trailer like a month ago. So when I finally saw it, I was surprised. It was had some spots where it was funny, very comedic moments that I loved, and they mostly included Dominique Fishback's character, Robin. I think she was really good in this. The only thing that I didn't I was gonna say appreciate or like, or I didn't. It wasn't believable to me when Robin kept doing things that a normal person wouldn't do. Like, I understand she is a special. Like at the end of the movie, we get this moment with her and Jamie Foxx where she's like, you know, you're a special person and da 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 da, and she would do things. She's braver than most people would think she is. But there were some situations where I was like, girl, if you don't take your butt home, she was at the beginning of the movie, you got assaulted twice. You're supposed to be a drug dealer? Like, what? You gotta take him behind home. But again, I don't have many cons about this movie. I thought it was really good. I think Jamie Foxx, Dominique Fishback, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt did an awesome job in this movie, and I might watch it again.
Yeah, I can agree. And I think at the end of the day, it's just managing expectations. If I wanted to watch X-Men, I would come watch X-Men.
I didn't go into this movie expecting like the sequel to Avatar. Like, I knew exactly what I was getting, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, would we recommend for you to take a watch? It depends on what kind of movies you like. I personally, if we look at the Blerd meter, our way of rating movies, scale of 1 to 10, I would honestly give this one a solid 6.
I'd say 6.5.
6.5?
Yeah.
I think I can dig that. It falls in the 6s somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's a good watch. And guys, let's be honest, there's not very much coming out right now. The next big movie is Marvel's New Mutants, and I'm still questioning
if that's going to come out in theaters.
Right. Yeah. They say it is, but I don't know. I won't be in the theater to see it.
Buy a hazmat suit or something, but I definitely recommend you guys take a watch. Even if you're not into superhero movies, this has a little bit of element that's a little bit different from that. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend, if you're, have nothing else to do, want to watch something just to take your mind off things, I would definitely recommend Project Power on Netflix.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit with us today. Again, if you like this review, if you like our videos, you want to stay up to date, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. Also, if you did see this movie, we'd like to hear your insight.
Yeah.
What did you like about it? What did you not like about the movie? Drop down in those comments and let us know. We're here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Until next time, I'm Killer Cam.
I'm Monique.
We'll see you on the next episode from Blerd Up.
Thanks, guys.